Minecraft speedruns and challenges have become a massive genre on YouTube over the past several years. These kinds of videos vary in difficulty, but the majority pale in comparison to the behemoth that is the Zero Item Challenge. The goal is simple: defeat the Ender Dragon without picking up a single item. No inventory, no hotbar, and no crafting. If anything enters your inventory at any point, you fail. The only tool at your disposal is your own hand. While this video is about a wacky Minecraft challenge, it's more of a hypothetical concept than anything. The scenarios I'm about to show you are next to impossible to actually pull off in survival, as well as extremely time consuming. So no, I won't be completing it myself. You're welcome to try it at home if you so desire, but by the end of this video, I'm sure you'll reconsider. Just like any other Minecraft world, the first thing you do is take a deep breath in and out, admiring your new world. This is the only ounce of normalcy you get in this challenge. From here on out, the typical sequence of events is broken drastically. Most things simply aren't possible. You can't gather any resources, make tools, eat food, or build yourself a beautiful structure. Even something as normal as going to the Nether is entirely out of our range of possibilities here. Or is it? Creating a Nether portal is typically done using one of two methods, both requiring a variety of items. This problem can only be bypassed with a naturally spawning Nether portal, which is a very rare but possible occurrence. If the portal doesn't happen to spontaneously combust, no problem. Just wait for a thunderstorm to spawn in and lightning to strike, activating the portal without having to use any items. Lightning cannot strike directly into the portal, as it can only strike blocks exposed to the sky. However, lightning strikes spawn fire randomly in a small area around them, which means that if it were to strike in front of the portal, there's a chance it would light. Or the fire would land outside of the portal and you'd have to wait decades for another chance. Assuming it does work, once you're in the Nether, there isn't anything to do. Yeah, the Nether is entirely pointless if you want to beat the game without any items, as you can't pick up any of the items unique to it. But I think it's neat that it can be done. The true first step of the challenge is to head directly to the Stronghold. Getting to the Stronghold is pretty straightforward. The best way is to find one that's exposed to the surface via a cave. Another solution is to mine to the Stronghold. Of course, your fist will be doing all of the mining. Since stone doesn't drop when mined without a pickaxe, you don't have to worry about picking it up accidentally. But when it comes to dirt, gravel, or any other blocks that do drop, you'll have to wait each time for those to despawn before pressing onward. Alternatively, you could bring a legion of foxes to clear the way for you. That is an option, as long as you can find a way to control them. Getting to the Stronghold is the simplest part in beating the game with no items. But to get to the Stronghold, you have to know where one is, and the only way to do that is to follow an Eye of Ender. You can't use an Eye of Ender if you can't pick anything up. So instead, it's a game of digging for hours, days, months, or even years if you're unlucky. Even then, once you have found the Stronghold, you better hope and pray that the end portal is fully lit, or it's back to the mines for you. That's right, the only way to get to the end in this challenge is to find a fully lit portal, the rarity of which cannot be overstated. It's far more common than finding a pre-lit Nether portal, but with how long it takes to find even one Stronghold with no direction, it's going to take several hundred years to get to the end. Alright, we've made it to the end. Despite being in the dragon's domain, we aren't quite to the fight just yet. Upon entering the end, you spawn on top of this obsidian slate known as the end platform. Oftentimes it spawns next to or inside of the island. Other times it's in the void, with no way to get to the island unless you have blocks. If this happens, then too bad. You used up all your luck in getting to the end, and now you have to start all over. Now that a millennium has passed and you're finally on the island, you can tackle the final task of fighting the Ender Dragon. Hurting the dragon is easy. Typically you want to bring a bow to the fight, but it's not a requirement. Every so often it flies down to the podium, allowing you to get in some heavy melee attacks, or in this case, weak melee attacks. By punching it every time it flies to the center, you can get its health all the way down to 0. This may take some time, but if you've made it this far, clearly time is not a valuable resource to you. There's only one slight hiccup. The end crystals that continuously heal the dragon are placed high up on obsidian towers. You can't outdamage the healing from them with just your fist, so we need to figure out a way to reach them. You could mine your way up the towers, but obsidian takes absurdly long to break by hand, and you would need to break multiple hundreds of blocks. Instead, I have a better and much cooler suggestion. While the dragon is in flight, it only has 2 attacks. One is the Ender Ball attack. Is that what these things are called? I don't know. The other is a swoop attack that flings you up into the air. You've probably seen this happen to someone before, where they go flying and then land a water bucket clutch like a pro. The height at which you get flung is dependent on a multitude of factors, meaning that, in theory, you could land directly on one of the end towers. Of course, this is very difficult to pull off and will result in many, many, many deaths, but it is possible. Just make sure you don't accidentally pick up any iron bars from the caged crystals, or it'll all be for nothing. Sure, this would take a very long time, but that's kind of the theme of this video if you haven't noticed. With enough practice and skill, I'm sure it would take less time than breaking through the obsidian by hand. Plus, it's way more fun. With all the crystals destroyed, all that's left is to beat the dragon to death with your bare hands. And with that, complete the 0 item challenge. By now, I'm sure you've come to realize why this is potentially the worst Minecraft challenge to ever be conceived. It would take several lifetimes to randomly happen upon the events needed for this to work. By that point, is it even worth it? The only way for this challenge to be remotely possible is by using a set seed, where you know exactly how to get to a stronghold with a fully lit portal and where the end platform is close to the island. If you still wish to try it out, I did find a seed that has all the requirements for this to work out. Following the steps on screen now will make getting to the end a breeze. You'll still have to master the art of the dragon fling though. If by some small chance you do complete the challenge, let me know in the comments and I'll personally congratulate you and I'll heart your comment. I hope it's worth it. Anyway, I've got a survival world to get back to. I miss my horse. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the future.